Good morning, guys. This morning, I am going to share with you another important topic that is writing a scientific paper, which is an original research article. Guys, research process does not end in writing the report. It ends in sharing the result to the scientific community. In other words, there is a need to publish it in journals. And publication requires thorough preparations of the article or paper. And this video will provide you knowledge or information on the general structure of an article. But just a disclaimer, the component discussions of the article, which may be the result of the information in this video, may be applicable to one journal but not in another journal. So, you please watch this video from the very beginning up to the end. And if you like the video, kindly share it to your classmates or friends. If you are new to my channel, kindly click subscribe and the notification bell so that you will be updated with my upcoming videos. Okay, let us start now. Writing a scientific paper. Scientific papers are research findings written by researchers or scientists. And these are some of the examples of scientific papers. Original research article, which is a product of an empirical research. Literature review article is a product of the review of previous researches. And theoretical article, this is an article of a theory which is a product of research. Now, let us proceed to the parts of a scientific paper. We have here the title, author, and affiliation. The title of the article, the author or writer, and of course, the affiliation of the writer or author. Next, we have the abstract. And the abstract should be short, and there are some journals requiring an abstract that is from 100 to 150 word count. In the discussions of the abstract, the primary objective, method, and findings based on specific questions and conclusions should be presented in brief, because an abstract is summary of the article. Another part is introduction. My recommendation when writing an introduction of an article, an original article, is to use the create a research space model, the cars, and this can be downloaded in the internet. And I have this version of the model, because if you will really read and analyze the model, it requires time. Okay, so I decided to have this version of the CARS model, describe the research problem, the topic to be investigated, describe the current state of knowledge, what is the state or condition of that knowledge, whether it is focused on more on that particular field or less focus on that field being studied, something like that. Then, of course, reviewing previous works. This is the presentation of the previous research works, but this is not the review of related literature. But if you do not have this section related literature, the reviewing of previous works will do the purpose. And of course, perhaps you may present more or less 10 to 15 or from 7 to 9, something like that. It depends on you. But one thing which is very much important is because of the previous works, you were able to present the gap. There is a need to present the gap based on the review of the previous works. Because if there's no gap, actually it's useless to be writing the article, and perhaps the article may not be accepted in highly reputable journals. I mean, then after the presentation of the gap, when I say the gap, this is the missing link. This is the study or the aspect of the related studies that has not been conducted, and actually that's your study. Okay, and of course the last part is the purpose of the study, and other researchers provide the specific questions, and others only provide the general question or general purpose of the study. All right. Another part is materials and methods. This is actually the discussions of the research method used in the study. And if you use the the descriptive research method, you need to specify the subject, the setting of the study, the instrument used, perhaps the brief procedure, and sometimes we need to include the statistical treatment. And of course, another part is the result. This is a section where and the researcher will present the data in tables, figures, or graphs with captions, of course. And in the discussions, this is now the section wherein you discuss the data presented in the section result. However, there are some mm, journals requiring researchers to combine results and discussions. For instance, if you will present the table, there is an outright discussions of the table. But in here, the discussions is different. Then we have also related or literature cited. This is now the complete citation of the information cited in the text or in the article. So this is the the citation of the references used in the article. And the last one is acknowledgement. And in the acknowledgement, you need to provide a statement acknowledging the organization or people who supported your studies in terms, particular in terms of financial support. Okay. Now, before I end this video, I would like to recommend that whenever you have this intention of publishing your research article, you need to visit the journal or journals wherein you can possibly publish your your work. And of course, you need to study the protocols of these journal organizers. They have this different websites. And my recommendation when you will publish your work is to really publish it in highly reputable journals like Elsevier journals, Scopus journals, and others. We have this ranking of journals Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And this journals belongs to 1 to 100 in terms of ranks, ano. And of course, don't the art of waiting should prevail because there are some journals, particularly this Scopus journals, wherein the response is actually long and you need to wait for a particular period of time. Okay, so these are all about for this video. Thank you very much and God